What is the standard of care when we are talking about a medical malpractice case in the state of Maryland? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this very important information. Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm a medical malpractice and childbirth injury attorney practicing law in the state of Maryland. And I would like to quickly talk with you today about that question, standard of care. We have a lot of individuals who, when they contact us, they have questions about that. What do you mean by standard of care? Well, before I get deep into what is the standard of care, I want to give you some foundation as to how do you prove medical malpractice cases. And when I go through these elements, now you'll be able to see why standard of care is important. To be successful in Maryland, you have to show that your treating doctor fell below the standard of care owed to you at the time. And by falling below that standard of care, this is what caused your harm or your damages. You have to have all of these things present. And when I say standard of care, the easiest way to understand this is what would a reasonable and prudent doctor do under the same set of circumstances as your doctor? So I want to say that again because you have to understand this. What would a reasonable and prudent doctor do under the same set of circumstances as your doctor? That's the easy way to look at that standard of care issue. Now, to be able to say what the standard of care is, you're going to need medical experts, and they will tell you what the standard of care is. So when you call an attorney and you ask, well, what was the standard of care? Or what was the doctor supposed to do? Most attorneys are going to let you know that to be able to know specifically what that standard of care is, or to be able to give you a definitive answer as to that, you're going to need medical experts who can give that opinion, can give that medical opinion as to what the standard of care was at the time. So as you can see, if you use some common sense and you kind of analyze it, the standard of care may change depending on what type of procedure is done. For example, surgery, that's going to may have different standards when we're talking about certain procedures, giving birth and issues that may come up there. You may have different issues when we're talking about standards of care. But what I want you to look at and understand is that you're going to need a medical expert that's going to be able to tell you what that standard of care is and whether the treating doctor fell below the standard that was owed to you at the time, causing your injury, your harm, or your damages. So why have I taken the time today to talk with you about this really important information? Because I'm trying to give you insight into the Maryland medical malpractice process. I'm trying to help you understand that when we're talking about proving a medical malpractice case, that question or those issues of standard of care and causation, these are going to be some very important issues that are going to come up in your case. And you're going to need medical experts to help you out as it pertains to that standard of care and causation and things like that. If you have more questions about what's going on in your life, maybe you're watching this video right now because you've suffered an injury and you were in the care of a doctor or a hospital at the time and your injury is serious. When we're talking about a serious issue that you've got going on. Or maybe you've just given birth and your child is suffering seizures and you're having other issues that are going on and you have questions about what's going on. Well, if you have these types of questions, this is what I invite you to do. You can take this next action, and this next action costs you absolutely nothing. So what is that action? Pick up the phone and give me a call. I can be reached at 301-850-4832. Or if you prefer, you can send me an email to medicalinjury@bostonlawllc.com. I answer Maryland medical malpractice and childbirth injury and wrongful death questions just like yours all the time. And I'll be happy to take some time and listen to your story. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys here at Boston Law Group, LLC, and we will see you next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.